Hello, I am Bolanle Udueko Ayola, and here is your Wells Television Daily News Update for today, the 8th of August, 2025. The federal government has inaugurated a national, zonal, and state-level task force on counterfeit and fake drugs and unwholesome processed foods. Speaking in Abuja, Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, said the move is part of President Tinubu's health agenda to protect Nigerians from substandard products that still account for nearly 10% of the market. NAFDAC DG Professor Mojisola Adeyeye noted that Nigeria is now recognized as a WHO Maturity Level 3 regulatory authority and has made major enforcement gains, including the seizure and destruction of over 100 truckloads worth more than 1 trillion naira of fake and unsafe goods in markets like Onitsha and Ariaria. The United States Ambassador to Nigeria and the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris Mohammed, today jointly addressed the media on recent changes to U.S. visa application policies that could affect thousands of Nigerians seeking travel opportunities. The officials explained that the updated requirements include more detailed documentation, stricter verification processes, and tighter timelines for application submissions. They stressed that compliance with these guidelines will help applicants avoid unnecessary delays or outright denials. The U.S. envoy reaffirmed the strong diplomatic ties between Nigeria and the United States, saying that the aim is not to discourage travel, but to ensure the integrity of the visa process. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has issued an urgent warning over the possible spread of chikungunya, a mosquito-borne viral infection currently affecting several countries worldwide. Confirmed cases have been detected in Nigeria, prompting the NCDC to release guidelines on prevention and control. The disease, which is spread by the same mosquito species that is responsible for dengue fever and Zika virus, can cause fever, severe joint pain, headache, and rash. While rarely fatal, the symptoms can be debilitating and may last for weeks. Members of the public have been advised to take preventive measures such as using insecticide-treated mosquito nets, wearing protective clothing, applying insect repellents, and eliminating stagnant water where mosquitoes breed. The NCDC has also urged hospitals and clinics to be on high alert and to promptly report any suspected cases to local health authorities to prevent further spread. The House of Representatives has called on the federal government to urgently reopen Nigeria's closed land borders, warning that the prolonged closure has resulted in massive revenue losses and economic hardship for border communities. Lawmakers stressed that while the original decision to shut the borders was aimed at curbing smuggling and improving national security, the policy has also stifled legitimate trade and weakened cross-border economic ties. During plenary, members argued that the continued closure is hurting small-scale traders, farmers, and transporters who depend on cross-border commerce for their livelihood. They also expressed concern over declining customs revenue, which they say could have been boosted by regulated border activity. The House urged relevant ministries and agencies to work out a framework that balances security with economic growth. Former presidential candidate and Labour Party stalwart Peter Obi has vehemently condemned the detention of activist Omoyele Sowore by the Nigeria Police Force, describing it as a miscarriage of justice and a flagrant abuse of state power. Obi's statement was shared via his X handle shortly after Sowore voluntarily complied with the police invitation. In his post, Obi questioned the necessity of holding Sowore, given that there was no apparent flight risk or urgency. He emphasized that detaining a citizen who presented himself in good faith without the disclosure of lawful charges undermines both legal norms and public trust in law enforcement. Commercial life in Ibadan came to a halt today as major markets across the city shut down to honor the late Olubadan, Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin, who was laid to rest in a solemn ceremony. The closure was in line with a directive from the Ibadan Market Leaders Council, which described the late monarch as a unifier who worked tirelessly for the peace and development of the city. The burial, which was attended by traditional rulers, political leaders, and thousands of residents, took place amidst heavy security and deep cultural rites. Many traders and residents lined the streets to pay their last respects as the funeral procession passed by. Oba Alakuleyi, who ascended the throne in March 2024, was praised for his wisdom, humility, and ability to resolve long-standing disputes within Ibadan's traditional hierarchy. US President Donald Trump has confirmed that he would meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin even if Putin doesn't agree to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky first. This confirmation comes despite earlier White House messaging that linked diplomacy to Zelensky's participation. Speaking in the Oval Office, Trump emphasized his commitment to ending the conflict in Ukraine, stating that they would like to meet with him and he would do whatever he can do to stop the killing. And in sports, Chelsea Football Club has unveiled its official squad numbers for the 2025-2026 Premier League season, with several new signings claiming shirt numbers once worn by club legends. The announcement made on the club's official platforms has generated a buzz among supporters who are eager to see how the reshaped team will perform under the current manager. Chelsea's 2025-2026 squad numbers in full are Robert Sanchez GK, Mark Kurela, Tosin Adarabioyo, Benoit Badiashile, Levi Colwill, Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Liam Delap, and Cole Palmer. Thank you for watching the daily news updates on Wells Television. Please subscribe to our YouTube platform at Wells Television and like our page on Facebook at Wells Television. Thank you.